Solo is hands down the best Disney Star Wars movie to date. All right, guys, what's going on? Chris General's Comics and Pop Culture. Yeah, I said it. I said it. So I'm gonna go right into it, man. I just came out of Solo, and I got to tell you, I am very impressed. So this is going to be my maybe some spoilers in it, brief kind of review. I'm not going to get into too much of the details of the movie, but I just want to talk about why I really enjoyed this movie and why I think it is, as of this point, the best Disney made Star Wars movie. Now, let's just go into it a little bit. Those of you who are into Star Wars at least just a little bit probably know that there was a lot of naysayers about this movie for many reasons, including myself having doubts. My main thing was taking a character like Han Solo, who is so iconic, played by an extremely iconic actor, Harrison Ford, and finding an actor that can embody that. And at his age, the actor, and I'm not even going to go into pronouncing his name, Henrich or whatever. I'll just spare you guys. He's not much younger than Harrison was when he first played Han, but I think we can probably say that his character is even a little younger, though. You know how that usually works. We get like people in their young 20s playing teenagers in films, whatever. Regardless, though, it's a very walking on eggshells kind of situation when you get such an iconic role with a new actor, and a lot of people are gonna probably expect the worst. So that was one thing where I was at too. Can somebody pull this off? All right, and then there was all the issues regarding like the director getting fired, Ron Howard coming in, a ton of reshoots, and all this and whatnot, yada yada yada. Okay, so here we are. We got a movie. Of course, there's a lot going on in the theaters right now, even with Disney, with Avengers, Infinity War still in the theater. Is this movie going to do good? We had such a backlash and divide over The Last Jedi, which is not even 6 months, which, for those of you who watch my channel know that I wasn't a big fan of that movie for many reasons that I'm not going to repeat again. But going into this film, I did not know what to think. And as I'm sitting there watching it, even in the first bits of the film, I still really didn't know what to expect. But once it got going and rolling, I was like, okay, I'm into this. So let me just say, for starters, I thought the cast did an amazing job, including young Han Solo. Man, let me tell you, the one thing where I give this young actor props is that I know he did his homework. I know he did his homework because there's certain parts in this film where it's like his mannerisms are so on point to Harrison Ford playing Han Solo, to the way he moves his cheekbones and to kind of how he stands. It was beautifully done. Excuse my voice. I'm on the West Coast, guys, and I was just watching Warriors Game 7. That was an intense game, and I was rooting them on, so I kind of lost my voice a little bit, but I'm trying to push through this. Anyways, even when he talked, speaking as Han, like, you could tell there were certain moments where he could really kind of bring out sounding like Harrison Ford did. So I give him, man, I mean, it wasn't hard for me to kind of like just put the movie glasses on, so to say, and feel like I was watching Han Solo. It wasn't hard. And it takes a lot for me to say that, because I'm very critical, like I said, of these young actors coming in playing such an iconic role. I didn't think I would ever want to see, and especially as older Han or older Luke or older Leia, whatever, I would never want anybody to replace them. Going back and doing it young, hey man, hats off. Now, let's go into the other cast. My boy, Donald Glover, man. Oh my goodness. This dude, like, captured Lando, like, to the T. And I haven't heard any kind of interviews from Billy D. Williams, or if he even saw the film or what he thought, or if he did any coaching. But man, I mean, he had the swagger down, man, and it was extremely impressive. It really was. And Emilia Clarke, let me say, man, I love her to death. I love her to death. I loved her in Game of Thrones. I can't wait till the next season to see what finally how that show finishes. But she did an amazing job. Woody Harrelson, who, you know, I could go this way or that way with Woody Harrelson, but he did a great job. They all did. And I felt the reason why I'm saying that this was the best Disney Star Wars movie today is just because I think from beginning to end, the storyline, meshing with the characters, character development, everything on screen, it just worked. I loved Rogue One. I loved Rogue One. And I loved Force Awakens for what it was, to bring the continuation of the original trilogy that we love so much forward. I mean, it's hard for me to say that this was a better film, because I think overall that's probably a better film just because it was what it was in terms of the Star Wars universe and what we as fans get out of an episode 7, you know, with our favorite characters, Han, Leia, and at the end, you know, for 2 seconds we got Luke. And then I have my issues with The Last Jedi. But I think when you talk about overall putting it all together, especially as a standalone film, Disney, Ron Howard, and Lucasfilm did their work. They did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Now, some spoilers: we get to see that Darth Maul is still alive. That was awesome. What is, you know, Kira's role moving forward? Is there going to be kind of a part 2 of this? I don't know if it'll be with Han, but are we going to see Kira kind of working with Darth Maul in maybe his own film and see where these characters go? Is Kira going to be kind of like a Mara Jade type of character? You know, we didn't see her having the Force at all in this movie or anything, but you know, there's so many things that they could play with. Yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate just being so pro Solo with this film, but I don't see how anyone could go in here and not enjoy it and be entertained. Sure, you can maybe have minor issues with it. Maybe it's not your favorite. Maybe it's not the best Disney Star Wars film, like I'm saying here. But like I said, I think overall it's like this was just an extremely well done and entertaining film. Period. It's that simple, and it followed the basic criteria of what makes a good film, but yet it wasn't cliche. You know, you don't know everything that's happening next and all this stuff. And the huge thing that I really enjoy with this movie is how they really implemented the small little things that we know about from the later movies, from the episodes that we know about Han and his relationships prior to, you know, episode 4. This movie really set it up and threw the hints out there to where you see how it all pieces together and works, and it works with the characters, and it was just great. Man, purely entertained, came out of there smiling, which I did not do for The Last Jedi. And I just want to say one quick thing here, and then I'm going to end this. And I don't want to bring this down a dark rabbit hole with this, but for all those thinking that Star Wars is being hijacked by feminazis and whatever they want to call it, you know, I think Kathleen Kennedy screwed up with The Last Jedi. I think she screwed up bringing Rian Johnson on, and I think Rian Johnson just brought his ego and screwed up The Last Jedi. But there is no attacking the male character in this film or any of these, you know, the white males being oppressed and all this stuff, and all these agendas are coming into this film. Han Solo, hands down, is a man's man, and in this film, he was a man's man, and they handled it. And Lando is a freaking smooth talking playboy. So it is what it is, guys. And it was Star Wars. It was Star Wars at its core, and I love that. And I think both Lucasfilms and Disney, mixed with the producers and Ron Howard as a director, handled it well. They understood the content that they were using. They understood the characters that they were using. They understood the universe that was created before, and they put it to work, and they put it to play, and it worked. So I think it just shows that the reason why, for those that don't like The Last Jedi, why that is an isolated situation. For me, because of mainly Rian Johnson. So overall, I great movie. Go see it, guys, if you haven't yet. Leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think. Be respectful. We say this when we get into things. I mean, this is what we live for. It's what we enjoy. It's, at the end of the day, it's fun, and it's movies, and it's pop culture. And if we have different opinions, let's respect each other. But like I said, I'm signing out, giving this movie a 2 thumbs up. And man, I can't wait to see what they do next. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please do so. Leave some feedback. Until next time.